What's good, West Mitten? It's your girl, Paige Lane Balzac, local real estate agent and resource. This is going to be part 3 of the competitive market, what I'm seeing in trends around West Michigan. Now, disclaimer, again, this isn't happening everywhere. This isn't happening at every single home, but it is something I'm consistently seeing. So, if you have a question about a specific area, come to me directly before you just assume, okay? Anyways, so this is part 3. This is going to be dealing with home inspections. Now, for those of you that don't know, because I haven't made a video on it yet, a crash course of a home inspection, consider it like a Carfax of your car, except for on a way larger scale. One, a home costs a lot more money than a car. Secondly, it looks at different aspects, so it's not necessarily going to give you the history of everything that happened, but what a home inspection does do is lets you know of the high ticket items, such as your roof, your structure, your foundation, your mechanicals, HVAC, central air, water heater, sometimes your appliances like washer, dryer, fridge, depends on the inspector, your electrical, and your plumbing, and everything in between that. So the home inspection is very imperative in giving you insight to the home, to your purchase you're about to make. Now, usually with a home inspection, they'll let you know what's good, what needs to be repaired, what poses as not safe, and everything in between. So the home inspection is very important for a home buyer, especially a first-time home buyer, but all home buyers, because it does give them valuable, very important information about their home. What we've seen, and this is ongoing since the market was hot and the interest rates were very low, what was happening is we had a lot of investors coming in with cash offers, and investors aren't very concerned about the home inspection. They like to purchase as is. So what they would do was waive the home inspection. Now, going up against a cash offer, check out my last video and I'll show you why cash is king in real estate. And waived inspections was making it very difficult for home buyers with home loans to compete. So what they were doing was they were waiving inspections as well. Now, I'm already hearing stories of people that have decided to waive their home inspection and are coming up on some really expensive repairs because that was the way they were able to compete and obtain a home in the crazy market. Now, I am seeing it again. I'm sorry to say, I'm seeing it again. I don't like waived home inspections. I never have. So I'm going to give you a few things here you could do, a couple at least, instead of fully waiving the home inspection. So number 1 is you can, I hope you guys can't see that over my fat head. Hold up. Here we go. Let me try again. My bad. One thing you can do instead of full-blown waiving your inspection is going to be to shorten the period. Now, typically it's 10 days in Michigan that you'll be able to have your inspection, and then you have 3 days to give them a request for repairs or move forward and remove this contingency or request a price reduction. Now, in shortening that 10 days, what you're doing is bringing you guys both to closing quicker. So say instead of doing 10 days, say you shorten it to 3 days. That means from the time you go under contract with the home seller, you will have 3 days to get a home inspector, schedule it, and have it, and then negotiate from then on out. So shortening that period is letting them know you're going to get stuff done, taken care of fast. Okay? That's one thing you can do instead of full-blown waiving it. Is it as competitive? Does it look as nice to a seller? No. But it still lets them know you're willing to do what you got to do to get to closing faster for them. All right. First thing is shortening. Second thing you can do is you can do a pass-fail or an informative inspection. So pass-fail or informative inspection. So what this is going to do is, now this is what I like to do. Instead of just full-blown waiving, this is what I was leaning on instead. Now, it still does give you an out of your purchase agreement if it does fail or if you're not happy with what you see. So it's, again, it's not as enticing to home sellers, but it lets them know you're still very serious. So if it passes the overall home inspection, you're going to move forward. Or if you're just doing it for informative purposes, sorry, purchase purpose. All right. So if you're doing it for informative purposes, you just want to know where you stand at with the house. So you still get the information you need about the house, but with informative inspection, what I would detail in the purchase agreement and when reaching out to a listing agent, I would tell them, we want this for informative purposes. Therefore, we will not be requesting a reduction in price, any repairs, or anything of the like. So in doing so, it still solidified the fact that we are very serious with the purchase, but as home buyers, we still did want to know about what we're standing with the property. Again, it does give you an out. That's why I like to use it in case, like, say the foundation is terrible and it needs $40,000 worth of work. It's kind of a big deal. So you can see why I'm not cool with just waiving it altogether, because you come up on that after you've already closed on your home. That's a you problem. You can no longer negotiate your way out of it. You can no longer back out of the purchase agreement. You got to deal with that. You can't sell it either knowing that without disclosing it either. So, anyways, pass, fail, informative. So you can shorten your inspection period. You can do pass, fail, or informative inspection, letting them know, hey, we just want this for our own peace of mind, but we will not be requesting any reduction in price. We will not be requesting any repairs. Essentially, we're not going to be petty. And again, the third one, instead of waiving your inspections fully, your last option would be to have a pre-inspection walkthrough. Now, pre-inspection walkthrough is tricky because you have to get the inspector ready and available while you're viewing the house. And in doing so, they can at the very least look at your big ticket items within that time frame. So sometimes you do have the option to book a longer showing to account for this, but not all the time, because sometimes they're allowing for overlapping showings. What this inspector will do is go through the house, look at your big ticket items, your roof, your electrical, your plumbing, your foundation, and whatever they can fit into that time period, and give you a brief report and summary on that. So that way you know if there's a big ticket item that has an issue, at least you know about it. Now, that doesn't allow you to see everything in between, as I stated earlier, so it's not a full-blown home inspection, but it gives you the insight on the big repair items when it comes to money in the bank, right? So in having that, you do that when you look at the house. So you're going to do a pre-inspection or a walkthrough inspection. You're going to do that before you make your offer. So you have this information before your offer is made. You're able to, in the purchase agreement, feel more comfortable with full-blown waiving inspection, because technically you did get the information you needed on the big ticket items. If you have that peace of mind, you can move forward with the purchase agreement and full-blown waiving it. Now, so the pre-inspection walkthrough, you can always go back after you close on your home and get a full-blown inspection if you'd like. But if you want to waive inspections and come in swinging in a competitive market, this will help you to at least know you're good on the big ticket items. So, to recap, you may shorten your inspection period to let them know you're going to get to closing as quick as you possibly can and be very efficient with this sale or purchase. Secondly, you can do a pass-fail or informative inspection. Again, you're not going to be requesting any repairs. You're not going to be requesting a reduction of price. You do still have a way out of the sale if you need it, but it also will let the seller know that you're still serious about the purchase. You're not going to be petty. You're not going to be nitpicky. And lastly, if you do want to move forward in full-blown waiving inspections, you do have an option to set up a pre-inspection. Make sure you have an inspector that's readily available and able to go to these showings and can do this for you, because again, you're looking at a very competitive market. So make sure that availability is there and that your realtor's got a couple people on lock that can help you with that pre-inspection. Then when you move forward with the purchase agreement and you waive inspections, deep down you're not waiving on the big ticket items this way. So in a competitive market, waived inspections, options or alternatives to them. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, I don't like it either. Trust me. But I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope it gave you a couple more options if you're not okay with waiving inspections fully to where you can move forward and still put in a competitive offer. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful, or somebody else will find it helpful. Share it. Link in description. I'm also going to drop my preferred inspector John's YouTube in the link of this video. It's called InspectFlix. He is very well informed, very experienced in home inspections, and he has a lot of value to add. So even if you're just curious and want to see some interesting stuff, make sure to subscribe to InspectFlix as well. Thank you again for viewing. Link on description if you're ready to buy, sell, or invest. And y'all stay up.